Hello, everybody. Welcome to Hanging with Howie. And we have an illustrious cast with us tonight. To my right, we have Buddy with us. And we have my part-time roommate and travel buddy, Brian. We have the illustrious and legendary Jay Brannon. We have my road dog.
Hey, there it is.
John Colley from
I was thirsty. Where's my water?
And of course, from Maryland, Bill Marsh.
Feels like Hollywood Square's a little tonight. I almost felt like Paul Lynde when I went.
I was going to say Paul Lynde. It was on the.
Yeah.
Everybody remembers Paul Lynde. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You are Paul Lynde.
So,
you know that.
Thank you. Thank you.
We always ask at the end.
Charo.
Oh, that's cool.
We always ask.
Gucci, baby.
We always ask at the end of the show, hey, if you have questions you'd like the panel of seasoned veterans to answer, put them up there. And let's see, it was Brian, Jay, myself, and John Young got tagged this evening in a post, and it reads like this. I need a song. First time request from a bride. She wants a good, in quotes, picture song for the photo dash during dinner. The bride and groom are going to go around the table. For those of you that don't know what that is, they go around to each table to the song, get a picture with that table. And he says, you probably know who he is from this right here. Y'all have any suggestions? First one that came to his mind was Photograph by Def Leppard. So I'm not going to reveal the 15 comments. I'm just wondering if you guys might have some that are matching. So there we go. Being that I'm a little under the weather, I'm going to leave you guys to yourselves. So who wants to go?
I'll just throw the one that other people are going to throw out as well, I'm sure, which is Duran Duran, Girls on Film. Because it even has the camera effect. If you're old like me, you actually remember when cameras made noise because they weren't digital.
But you can turn that on the new phone so where it goes click.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So you can feel, at home.
Old.
Howie, I do this quite a bit. The way we do it is we actually use the theme song from Mission Impossible. And during the beginning part where the drums are going, I tell people the rules so everyone stand up and so forth and so on. And I try to tell them that I'm trying to do it within 3 minutes and 20 seconds of the song, and then count down the tables as they go along and so forth and so on. And people hear that song, that theme song, and the mission is to complete all the tables before the song ends or beat a time I've had before for the amount of tables. So that's the way I usually do it.
You're on a mission. You're on a mission to get it done in under 3 minutes.
Yes, sir.
Well, I've done it the same way that Buddy does it. We're Midwestern guys. Kind of do similar things. I've used Peter Gunn. I've used Mission Impossible, and they're both right around the 3.5 minute mark. So it kind of creates a sense of urgency because that's the fun part of the game. It's to get everybody kind of quickly organized to get the picture quick. If you put on a 6 minute long song, the urgency isn't quite there. Where if you put on a song that's kind of fast paced and exciting, and we don't really know, nobody knows how long Mission Impossible song is, nobody knows how long the Peter Gunn song is. So they're kind of trying to do it fast, and that's kind of part of the fun. And it becomes
in that thread that came up. There were two different camps. Do it quick, and there was the other camp was like, no, play a long song, play a mellow song, so that they can. And I was like, I don't know.
Doesn't sound like fun.
But see, I've never even heard of this before as being a game.
Yeah.
I just have the bride and groom mingle with the tables, grab the photographer, and say, while you're mingling, you should get a photo with each table. So they might mingle during dinner because they eat first. They'll mingle for 20 minutes and they'll get a photo with each table. So I'm kind of intrigued that this actually exists as a game.
It's fun.
It's become
it sounds like it is fun.
It's like a team building exercise almost. For
but I guess the devil's advocate side of me would say, so when they're done, they've had a photo with each table, but they really haven't had time to hang and talk to each table.
Yeah. No.
Do they then go back and mingle?
This is just a 3.5 minute thing.
Tables.
Yeah, Brian, 3.5 minutes is like 30% of my wedding time. I don't have time to like. I know. I'm
just got to hit a dance floor. Yeah.
I got things, 2.5 hour weddings. I got things to do.
I know. The photo dash.
Jade, just one thing. One of the reasons why I do it is because I've seen over and over again, including this past weekend, brides and grooms kind of get trapped to everyone. Aunt Sue's got to get not only a picture, but it's got to tell her whole story from the last wedding or the last party they saw them at. Mm-hmm. This way they get through the tables, and the people who they got to see everyone give hugs, kisses, and get that picture real quick and get all the pictures knocked out. But then if someone wants to come talk to them later, they can't.
Right. I totally get the premise of it. My logic, it was always bride and groom get served first. And even on my timelines, I'd write 25 minutes later, I write bride and groom to mingle. And I go to them and say, if you guys are done, now's the time to mingle. Start with the tables in the back, furthest away where you know the people the least, because you'll be quick. Don't get stuck with family to begin with, because they won't let you go. Right. So the game is to go to the back and kind of work their way to the wedding party and family, because they've obviously been hanging with them. So I'm glad to hear that this is a thing that maybe I can incorporate and say, hey, you know what? You've only got 10 tables, 30 seconds a table, you're out in 3 minutes.
I tell them to mingle during the time that I'm playing the songs they have on the Do Not playlist.
On the
you hate those songs. You know you're not going to dance to them. That's a great time to mingle.
Right. Mingle during salad. Nobody wants to eat salad.
That. Mingle when everyone else is dancing, but you are not, because you hate the song, and have it on the Don't playlist.
Well, we got two more guys before I'm going to reveal what John Young answered, what his answer was.
Oh, yeah, I got a funny suspicion.
Huey Lewis in the News, Heart and Soul.
Yeah. Huey Lewis in the News, anything.
We got Bill and John yet to go.
I'll roll with an easy one. I'll hit the 617, because obviously Freeze Frame from Jay Giles clocks in at under 4. Has a lot of picture references, and it's kind of bouncy, kind of, Motown. It's got it's got some energy. It's not going to get long and dragged out. And the objective is to get pictures of everybody before they're scattered. They're all in one place. Yeah. They're all seated. This might be the one time you get them.
Right.
So, get through it, get that done. You can always go back and read.
The other thing maybe to point out before even Bill goes is that it's all about timing. You're kind of doing this the way I've always done it, is right before the dancing kicks off, where everyone's still seated, wrapping up with dinner.
Yes.
And maybe the speeches and toasts are done. It's like, hey, we're going to do one more thing, and then we're going to get on with the party. Before they clear tables and all that crap, just do this real fast. Yeah. So it's about timing on this. You can't do it.
About time they're serving dessert. About time to get coming out.
Yeah.
You get it up, and then you go right from cake right to the special dances, and you're done.
Right.
What do you got, Bill?
Well, since Freeze Frame got stolen from me.
Oh, what am I going to do? I live here.
No, I know. I actually have several that have come to mind, and I even made a little list a while back for when asked about this by clients as a just in case. So Freeze Frame was one of mine, but I also had, like Buddy was saying, something up tempo. For me, it was I'll Be There For You.
Yeah.
Rembrandt's.
That's like 2:38 though. That's fast.
Yeah, but it's still a long enough song. The whole idea of the fast is some couples see this as a laughable moment, and that's why they're running around from table to table to table. Right. It's like quick. But others do want a little bit more time. You're a Friend of Mine, Clarence Clemens, is another one I liked for it. Because of the tempo. And then two that are a little bit more contemporary, you have to use Selfie by Chainsmokers as a suggestion. And also Mumford & Sons, I Will Wait.
Alrighty. Now
we
will reveal.
I John Young more to the list.
John Young made these two suggestions. He was the first one to comment, by the way. Whipped Cream from Herb Alpert.
What's John, 90?
I know.
Wait, this one I thought was really funny. The Benny Hill theme song.
Yeah, well, and that's funny coming from John.
Yeah.
But a lot of people do use that. If you look it up on YouTube, that's the song that's commonly used.
Do people still know that show? Yeah, but that show went off the air like 30 years ago, didn't it?
Yeah, they don't still play it on PBS, do they? I don't know.
But that's still, it's kind of everybody knows that song, you know.
I'm going to comment on John Young's and say, because of the cover, right, John?
The Cream and Other Delights. Yeah. We all had that record. I have it in the other room.
It was one of the first albums I bought.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I was thinking it's too, well, if you've got a smaller crowd, because, I mean, you think about it, you know, if you've got 70 people in the room, you don't want to make it too long. So if you want a little shorter, maybe I'm Too Sexy would be funny. Or something like that. You know, it's like under 3 minutes.
I mean, even Hey Yeah by Outkast would work.
Hey Yeah would be really nice, yeah.
I was thinking actually Paparazzi for Lady Gaga, because paparazzi pictures.
Yeah.
Doing a same-sex wedding this Saturday. I'll bring it up to him.
Well, Lori suggested Vogue by Madonna.
Lori, yeah.
So if you got a same-sex wedding, Vogue might work.
Vogue, yeah, let them do it.
There are some super long versions of that song. You'd have to get the right one.
I was going to say, it's like, the one I have is like 6 minutes long.
There are short versions, though.
If you have a same-sex wedding this weekend for the pictures, I'd suggest Diana Ross, I'm Coming Out.
Yeah.
Just in case anyone's unclear as to why the two guys are holding hands or anything. And they'd probably find it funny.
I'm just looking at, just for fun, I'm looking at my Madonna Vogues that I own, that I have.
75 of them.
No, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them.
Yeah.
The shortest one I have.
5:38.
5:18.
I had a 5 and an 8 in there. Somebody get the odds on this.
It's close without going over.
Why wasn't I this good last week in Vegas? Damn it.
But I'm pretty confident.
Roulette.
I'm pretty confident that I do not have the radio edit of that song now that I'm looking at it, because I know that was short. I've got, the Immaculate Collection thing.
That's the one I have.
And
that's
that
5:38.
Long.
5:18.
The radio edit kicks in pretty quick. There's no long intro on it. But if you got a big crowd, if you got 200 people, that might be good.
Low Spark of High Hill Boys could work at 11:04.
So you know what? Maybe the game is.
I thought of I Remember by Dead Mouse.
Dead Mouse, 9:25, the original version.
Yeah.
If you got a 500-person wedding.
Have a large, group. That way you don't have to do 2 songs,
I got a radio edit of that.
And if they finish early, that's an easy song to transition out of.
I need to go to the area where you guys work, because if I can start a dance floor with Dead Mouse, I'd be stoked. I'm starting with the Righteous Brothers, damn it.
That's because you're in wine country.
Well, I'll tell you later about my 70th birthday over the weekend, and I know we all say this, but I swear to you, 5 to 10 event, cocktail, dinner, 60 people, and at 6:45 they got on the dance floor, ended at 10, and even the lady and her family was like, I have never been to a party where the dance floor had people on it all night long. I'm like, it's the magic of playing disco and 60s music. I didn't play anything newer than 1995. Nothing.
Wow.
Nothing. She was adamant, and it was awesome.
That is awesome. All right, we've got some time here, so I'm going to go with the second question, which, now don't laugh, okay? This person claims that if you use Audacity, we all know what that is.
Music editing program.
Music
and
editing,
recording.
That he can take a lossy file, in other words, something like 128, run it through Audacity and make it lossless, or an MP3 320.
He can up the level of volume, is what he's probably confusing, making it 320.
That's all you can do. And
you can't change the original kilobytes per second.
You can't fill in the blanks.
You can't put back what's not there. That's
no. Once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys remember I bought that CD over the summer, the reggae CD off Amazon, because I wanted 2 songs that I had on a CD, and I burned it. It went into Apple Music, and I found out the hard way that Apple Music, if you don't adjust it, burns discs at 20 kilobytes per second.
Yeah.
So I show up at the gig that weekend, I hit play, and I'm like, what's wrong with this song? It sounds terrible. Like, it's really weak and like, and I realized, I look over and I hit bit rate. It's 20 kilobytes per second, and there's nothing I could do about it.
So you went back to a Mac.
Well, no, it wouldn't have mattered because I did it on a PC, then I played it on a Mac. So I had both. I had the file on 2 different forms, but I couldn't upgrade from 20 kilobytes to anything above that because I did some research. I was like, I need to up this, and I even called Canada. Yeah. So when you call Canada, you get the final answer. And he's like, nope, nothing you can do. You can downgrade.
You made it a ringtone at that point.
Upgrade. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, when I got, and here's the weird thing for what it's worth, and Brian, you know about this. Actually, Howie and John know about this too. When my buddy left the radio station and gave me the library, those files are all 128s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's kind of random. He goes, it's on a radio station, dude. What do you think we're playing? I go, well, the quality. He goes, it's a radio. Like it's coming through a radio speaker. Right. So the intention is save the storage, lower the file. He goes, there's no WAV files coming on a radio station. I mean, like I told you, when I worked at PCN, they got a CD player.
That they actually pitched it too, so that there's like, well, some of the songs there might be up to 15 different versions.
Right.
And some of them are in different times, but you could tell they pitched it so that it would be 3 minutes exactly.
Right.
Or 2 minutes and 50 seconds exactly. So that their commercials in.
Brian might know this because I think of everyone in the group, he's probably the most knowledgeable on this sort of thing. But I remember when we were talking at work one time at a show about doing a commercial, and someone said, we should do something with 126 BPM because 126 is X number of bars at 30 seconds. And that's why most commercials you hear use a faster track because 126 BPM at 30 seconds has covered X amount of time.
Yeah.
But it's not a thought. It's an actual formula. Like, if you do a song at 126 BPM in 30 seconds, you cover this much space. So hence why a lot of car commercials and other TV commercials use faster tracks. They do it at 126 because it formulates perfectly at a certain bar point.
It wraps on the one.
Yeah,
it wraps
exactly.
on the 4, I guess I should say.
So it goes through and
wraps on the 1, but ends on the 4, wraps on the 1, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, there are formulas out there when it comes to music. It's not just hit or miss.
Right.
You know, and even keys. I looked at most played over the weekend, and it was shocking to me how much of them are in like, and you guys, I don't know if you guys do harmonics.
Oh, wrong keys, sorry.
Wrong keys. But the majority of them were 8, 9, and 10A.
Yes.
The majority. Mm. If you do that Camelot wheel.
Yeah,
when you're doing harmonics.
Seems most pleasing to my ear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and you know, Howie, from the old days, I mean, you see these bands that get like metal and punky, they do a ton of stuff in minor keys because it sounds disruptive versus major keys that sound pleasant.
Right.
And again, there's that, you know.
It's up-tempo, down-tempo.
Always a formula. Right. Well, I mean, Richie Blackmore wrote Smoke on the Water based on dun, 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 saying, here's 4 notes, and it sounds amazing. If I reverse it, what would I get? If I took dun, 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 and did it backwards, I'd get dun, 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 dun.
Yeah.
So that's where Smoke on the Water was born. So
nice that you were able to pull one of those out.
Wow.
I'm really impressed, Jay.
Very nice.
I'm happy for you that you feel like that you really brought something to the class today.
I'm going to mute myself now because
No, I am. I'm not even being sarcastic.
Gonna start asking for more money again.
And I feel really bad because I'm going to hit you with something after the show that I shared with Buddy last night that I think will bake your noodle particularly. But
oh, cool.
That's after the show.
Well, fun thing.
Excellent.
Oh.
And I'm not going to say a word to Jay, but I'm just going to play it and say, let me know when it sounds familiar. Jay'll get it.
Well, anybody else have anything else before we wrap it?
The picture game's fun.
One more song for commercials that was really big was Club to Death. It was like 90 or early 2000s, 2002, 2003, 2004. They use a lot of car commercials because it started slow and it built real quickly. And I think Nissan used it or Infiniti used it. And it's one of those songs that you hear that and you don't know the song. And then all of a sudden you hear it and it has a very distinct sound. And that to me is one of the things when you hear music in a commercial or on TV and stuff like that, people, when they hear it, they're like, oh, I never heard, what's the name of that song? What's the name of it? And that's one of the things like what you did, Brian, last night with the song. You're like, you show stuff. And it's always very interesting when you have music like that. And,
well,
doing a chair race or doing a race for photography or anything, those songs are very important.
Well, we've had this talk where I know in the music show where for years, like I'll mispronounce the name, so please help me on this. Rykoscop. The Remind Me
close
song.
enough.
It's the caveman commercial, and I started realizing back in late '90s, early 2000, if I could get my hands on music I didn't know, try to get stuff that's in film, TV, or whatever, because there is that familiarity. The problem became a great track. If you don't have it, look it up, by Saint Germain called Natural Blues. Got this kind of weird beginning, but it's got a great vibe. The problem I found at a wedding one night was playing it during cocktail and a woman coming over and going, I know this song. It's on a tampon commercial. I go, it is? She goes, yeah, it's the three girls in the club and all this. And within a week, I saw the commercial and I'm like, great. There goes Saint Germain Natural Blues.
Oops.
Still do salsa soul, but Natural Blues kind of left the palette a little bit.
I was going to bring up just the commercial song thing here just the other day because this new Chevy commercial for all their EV vehicles that's using I Want to Be With You Everywhere.
I've heard that one.
Yep, I've heard it.
But it's followed a couple other GM commercials. One they use the beginning of We Will Rock You. Another they use I can't think of the song. Anyway,
but they're using that damn Bob Seger song.
Huh?
Didn't you want to use Electric Avenue? Why wouldn't you want to use Electric Avenue? Like, wouldn't that seem to be the one to ride?
How about Electric Boogie?
Yeah. It was
Eddie Grant? You're like, yo, I need the song.
Yeah.
But no, but what's noticeable about the song is they're not only using earworm songs, because I'm hearing that song in my head all the time right now, but they're using songs that they are also working with the video. So like when they started using the We Will Rock You, it was to show off the self-driving part. And so they're letting go of the steering wheel and then they start clapping and hitting their knees and clapping and hitting their knees. Now with the other one, it started out with the click of unplugging the car. And that was the beginning of the song. And then, they're really getting creative, I think, in how they are incorporating.
Well, they're going to go for the audience thereafter and see what does that audience want. That's what I love about Scorsese movies. His music is so perfect. I think Quentin Tarantino, too. They're both amazing at picking songs. Like, who would have ever thought to take the back end of Layla and make it a song that you play when you show people that have been killed in a movie? Yeah. But Scorsese is a genius that way. And that's the thing that we can learn as DJs. What is somebody saying about painting a picture with music that we can do at our events? And famously, probably 18 years ago, 17 years ago, I did a wedding where the bride goes, I want a last song that people will remember. And I said, I had just seen Wise Guys, and I'm like, you know what? What if I play the back end of Layla as the last song of the night where the piano starts and that's your last dance? And I did. And I probably had 5 people come up and go, oh my God, this is from Wise Guys, but like it sounded so beautiful as the last song. I'm like,
Goodfellas, one or the other.
Or it could have been Goodfellas. See, I should have just muted myself when I said that.
Could have been, yeah.
10 minutes ago, I should have left the room. Elvis has left the building, the whole 9 yards.
Don't stop believing, and all of a sudden go cover everything black, turn the lights off. And
I did that at a wedding. I did that right after Sopranos finale, and that's what they wanted. And we had the staff stand at the light stations around the room, and I had it stop on Don't Stop. And literally, the cue was when I hit that, I killed the volume, the room went black, and everyone freaked out. They thought it was amazing. But that's a one-off, that came and went, sadly.
Well, gentlemen, as always, thank you so much. And viewers, when this goes to YouTube,
2026. Happy New Year, everybody.
And none of you who aren't watching this live are going to hear my cool songs I'm going to play.
Yeah, we're waiting.
I got 2. I got 2.
Nice.
We'll see you next